Lydia loved to study her family genealogy. She found it so interesting to learn about the different people in her past. Connecting with her history gave her a stronger sense of who she was on so many levels. As a result of her genealogy research, Lydia discovered why she couldn't settle down. Like many of her ancestors, she shared an inherent need to be free. Lydia didn't think commitment would ever be part of her vocabulary. One thing Lydia didn't have in common with the people in her past was faith in God. She couldn't even commit to the people in her life. How could she commit to a God she couldn't even see? Joe was probably the closest to a best friend that Lydia had ever had. She was a Christian and had witnessed to Lydia on several occasions, but she was a hard case. Joe was aware of her interest in genealogies, so she challenged Lydia. Joe told her, if you research the genealogy of Jesus and still come to the conclusion that he's not really the Messiah, then I'll never bother you about your unbelief again. Lydia accepted the challenge. 2 weeks into her research, she accepted Jesus as her personal Savior and Lord. Ironically, Lydia discovered that real freedom requires commitment. By committing her life to Jesus, she was freed from the chains of sin. Now Lydia tells people how her love of genealogy led her to Christ. In today's study, researching the ancestry of Jesus will bless you too with a closer walk with him. What meaning does your family history hold for you today?
The New Testament, the book of Matthew. Chapter 1. The ancestors of Jesus the Messiah. This is a record of the ancestors of Jesus the Messiah, a descendant of David and of Abraham. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah was the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. Perez was the father of Hezron. Hezron was the father of Ram. Ram was the father of Amminadab. Amminadab was the father of Nahshon. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Boaz was the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse was the father of King David. David was the father of Solomon, whose mother was Bathsheba, the widow of Uriah.